Welcome to episode 8 of the Hope of Mum and Dad podcast. I'm Becky and this is Fuzz, and we're here to talk to you about trying to conceive, infertility, fertility awareness, and all the things that go on when we're trying to grow a family. This week is just us. Last week we had a great interview with Kev from the Man Cave, so anyone interested in male factor infertility, go check that out. Episode 7 on Spotify, YouTube, and all the other places you can get your podcasts. Probably where you're listening now. And this week is just us. We just thought we'd have a little recap episode and take stock of where we are and how we're feeling and just talk to you a little bit about that, really.
Yeah.
Fuzz, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling tired.
Sleepy?
Worn out, which is weird because I haven't done that much exercise. I got my Ironman race confirmed. I don't know if we mentioned that in the last episode, but
No?
It was meant to be literally about 4 days ago. And obviously got cancelled because of COVID and stuff, but I got the rescheduled date through now, which is the 4th of July.
2021.
Yeah, so it'd be cool to have a date in mind. My training's all to plan with the triathlon. You're meant to kind of put in a couple of months of base training and then make it, so like do long, slow, big bike rides.
Mammoth rides that I could never do.
No, you could. You could, definitely. And we need to get you on the bike, really, because it's a better way to exercise than running, because you hurt yourself running before.
Yeah. So that's exciting to look forward to.
Yeah, I got to make a training schedule and stuff for that. I'd be kind of interested. It would be good if we could get tested, or if I got my count tested while I was training. I'd be interested to know on the, like if you train extra hard, does it lower your count? And obviously, and now I'm trying to take a lot more vitamins and stuff like that. I'm taking zinc, magnesium, what's the other one? Zinc, magnesium. Vitamin D. So
I've heard good reports on Wellman fertility conception for men as well. It's been good. Yeah. So that's exciting. July 4th, 2021. By then, we theoretically could have a baby on board or
that would be
our arms.
But the whole idea why I thought like I would get it done this year is because I thought if things didn't if things didn't have a spanner thrown into the works, then our treatment would be going ahead for afterwards. So I wouldn't be training for an Ironman while you're pregnant or we're pregnant. Yeah. Whatever. Like, so it's not ideal.
It's fine.
But it'd be okay.
And you're doing it in Bolton. So that means even though obviously would have preferred to do it in Tenby, you're doing it in Bolton. So that means that we'll be able to see my family. Hooray.
Yeah. Imagine if you gave birth like at the race. That'd be horrendous.
That wouldn't happen.
In Bolton as well.
On the side of the road.
Had to get them a passport, like to get them out. Like,
what do you mean get them a passport?
It's a different world, Bolton. Completely different place.
That would be quite traumatic and dramatic. And a story for the podcast.
I tell you what is kind of relevant though, because we're just talking shit today. We haven't really got a proper agenda. We're just recapping stuff, chatting, catching up. Interesting film I saw the other day. No, I saw it ages ago, but it popped up and it was on my radar again, like because I saw about it. Come on, first talk properly. Children of Men.
Yeah, you've mentioned it before.
Yeah, it's got it's one of the
Clive Owen. Yeah, is the lead guy.
It's really, really underrated, but it's about fertility rates dropping like loads, and then people can't have kids anymore.
And they always celebrate the youngest person in the world and celebrate their birthday.
Yeah, and then like everyone stopped having kids like in the world, and then one woman has a kid, and it's all like.
Well, she doesn't have the kid yet.
Well, she's pregnant, isn't she? And we won't spoil it, but that could be cool. Like if you're looking for a film to watch, that's really cool. And if you're a film nerd like me as well, because I actually make films, short films, indie films myself. There's a scene in that, and I watched like an hour-long documentary about this one shot in the film. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
They're in the car.
Yeah,
amazing.
And you said they have like some sort of gimbal set up inside the car. It's proper geek talk for anyone who's not into film right now, but it is cool.
Do you know, it's funny. There was another film that I thought we might have mentioned before that was to do with IVF for pregnancy. That was
is it hilarious?
Yeah, it is. It's twins with
Arnold Schwarzenegger. So you just
and Danny
miraculously
DeVito.
thought of the name of the film.
Yep, just off the cuff, just like that. There's no edit cuts. You won't be able to find nothing on me. Organic and Fast is my name.
There's quite a lot of pregnancy films.
Due Date.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
What to Expect When You're Expecting with Cameron Diaz and a few others.
Is that any good?
I like trashy comedy girly films, so for me it's good.
I like films about feelings.
Yeah, I watched one recently on Netflix about IVF between a couple, and it was based in Scotland.
Oh yeah.
Between a Spanish lady and a British guy. I think he was English, but they were both living in Scotland.
Was it romantic?
A romantic one, yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Not like a documentary, it was like a film.
No, it was a film.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was interesting.
Kindergarten Cop. It's not really about pregnancy.
Nah, that's not about pregnancy.
It's good though.
I like
Arnold Schwarzenegger is just amazing in all. Oh, I'll tell you what we need to see, which we've been putting out for ages as well. Annie. I think it's called Annie.
Annie.
No. Don't go there. You're gonna say, "Oh, you're such a silly Billy."
The sun will come out. That one.
No. I think it's called Annie. Do you want to turn your phone off? There we go. I think it's called Annie, and it's like a zombie film. But his daughter. See, there's the link.
It's not Annie.
We've brought it right back. So yeah, you got something on your phone. What are you looking at?
I'm looking for the film that's about male factor. It's a documentary that we need to watch called The Easy Bit, and it's on Prime Video, and we have to rent it, and it's all about the male perspective, and I think that'll be good to watch.
I don't.
Well, I want to watch it, so I think it'll be interesting. That we also missed a really good drama or series of documentaries.
There's always drama in this house.
There is. But yeah, on BBC iPlayer, I think it aired last October, and it was all about IVF and infertility in Scotland.
Is it worse in Scotland?
No, it was just based in Scotland.
Okay.
I don't think it's worse. Why would it be worse in Scotland?
I don't know. Like, there's people make jokes about like how little vegetables are eaten in Scotland and stuff. There is a national statistic. Oh no, what it is, yeah. No.
Who are you offending now? That's what you'd say to me.
There was a like eat your 5 a day.
Mm-hmm.
5 in Scotland is 3, or something like that.
Is it?
Yes. Let's have a little think about some of the past episodes that we've like spoken to people on, and then maybe we could, because if people are listening fresh now,
hot off the press, we have had quite a few new followers on Instagram, so maybe we got fresh listeners.
Hello, bots.
They're bots. They're not bots. They're real people.
Yeah. No. So.
Hello, bots.
Yeah.
No.
Well, it'd be nice if they were real, wouldn't it? I don't. Like,
they are real.
There's so much spammy, like, I know they're real, but there's so much spammy, like, fake follower people stuff like I did one before, and it was just like, hey, I want to make you happy, and I was like, what?
Yeah, there have been spammy commenters. Like, I've had it on our Instagram, and I know there's someone else I follow down south called IVF Got This UK, and she's had it as well, and they comment and pretend to be a doctor and like talk about herpes and stuff.
Creepy as fuck.
In your comments, and they're like talking about.
This is my standard response to something if on any social media. If I'm like slightly not worried, but if I think it's a bot, I'll just be like, "Hello, bot, how are you?"
Really?
And if they go, "Hey, I'm great, thanks, how are you?" I'm like, obviously they're a bot.
I just deleted the comment. I hope that was the right thing to do. Yeah. But yeah, it was a bit gross.
So films, we don't watch enough films really.
No, that's because
you're
such a busy boy.
How many children do you think are conceived during films?
I don't know. That's a funny statistic.
Well, loads of people.
Depends on the kind of film.
No, but loads of people put a film on and then get bored and so roll
Netflix
over.
And chill.
Exactly. It's got its own like.
Or in Korea where they had DVD rooms.
DVD bank.
Yeah.
Where
people go on dates.
Oh, we should try and find some more people elsewhere in the world to find out their stories and stuff. Like, I wonder what's going on in America, because America is like
a lot. There's some
really bad right now, but America is one of those places where if you've got money, you can do anything.
There's some awesome podcasts on over in America about infertility. So we should reach out to those guys. You were just talking about
our previous
episodes. Yeah.
So we had Kev from the Man Cave.
Kev from the Man Cave in episode 7.
Yeah, really nice. He was opening up about like how it affected him as a male, and you know, not having a great support network around him at the time, and turning things around. And I want to meet the lady in his life now.
Yeah, Nikki. She sounds cool.
Yeah,
very
elusive.
No,
she's like Batman.
Influential woman.
Yeah.
I'm sure we will meet them after lockdown.
Yeah.
And then before that, we had Liz and Nick from Operation Foxbury.
Like Matt Berry.
Yeah. Before that.
Yeah.
Who's that? That's Matt Berry.
But we're obsessed with that.
Look at that funny lizard thing. Whatever he says.
Yeah. Yeah, we love Matt Berry.
But we digress.
Yeah. It's okay to digress.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. It's not strict. It's not BBC question time.
Yeah.
It's not like that. I have a question at the back.
Yeah. So Liz and Nick, Operation Foxbury, Mr. Operation Foxbury, we're on talking about their IVF, their failed IVF and ICSI, and their options between adoption and egg donor.
Next.
Before that, we had Caitlin and Lee, who were talking to us about
trying to be three.
Caitlin
and Lee, trying to be
who started a few things privately, like Clomid and IUI at CRGW in Wales, in Cardiff, and then they went on to start an IVF treatment in Wales Fertility Institute in Cardiff.
Lovely.
And yeah, they've been put on hold.
Everything's been put on hold.
Yeah, I know since the conversation with Caitlin and Lee, I know Caitlin and Lee have had a video call from WFI about their treatment starting again, which is exciting. And before them, we had, or after them, we had, who did we?
You can look at your phone. Look at the podcast episodes.
We had our friend...
Without that trashy ads on social media blaring into the mic again.
Yeah, so Caitlin and Lee talked to us a little bit about Clomid and IUI, and then we talked about Ed and Mina's story in South Korea.
Mm-hmm. That was cool.
Yeah, that was really interesting.
There's always loads of twists and turns in the stories when we speak to people. It's never like...
textbook.
Yeah, never.
I think that's it. That's what's been most interesting about talking to people.
Maybe we should get Seb on as well.
Yeah, have Seb and Katie.
Because Seb's been listening. Shout out to my boy, Seb.
Yeah. Katie said the same. Yeah. Whoop, whoop. Katie said that they tried for Zach for 4 years before they were successful, and they were literally on the waiting list, I think, because they had to wait for Katie to turn a certain age, like 25 or something, before treatment was allowed to start, which is a bit sucky. Yeah, I think so. I think that's what she said. Yeah, so we should definitely have Seb on and Katie. And the first 3 episodes were us just chatting about all sorts.
Yeah. Because, I mean, there's a lot. It's not just about, like, this is my theory on it. And again, like, so you're the nerd and you know all the IVF, YXY, Clumy, like...
acronyms.
Yeah, and all that. And I'm just like... Want a kid. Need a family.
Normally you'd just go to Tesco for that kind of thing.
So
any time of day or night. Yeah. That's what you're about. King of convenience.
But
Amazon Prime, baby.
Either I am like, if most guys are similar to me in the situation, then, and again, I could this might not be true. I might just be particularly like different,
blasé.
Naive, yeah. But like, there's not. I just feel, for me, I just feel like there's not anything we can do until we've got a problem. The solution is treatment. You make an appointment, you do your treatment, and you can talk about it and how you feel about it and stuff on the way. But really, there's not much else you can do. But
apart from keep trying.
Yeah, and most of the women that we speak to, and you. Are like, did you know this? Did you know this? Did you know this? And that's why it's kind of cool to have, like, I'm learning about all of it as we go along too. But I mean, there's more eventually, if we are successful, maybe we could, there's other things we could talk about as well. Having a family. Maybe we could talk to people about how they might tell their kids about the conception, is that something that you need to tell your kids and stuff like that?
Yeah, I know there's a couple of solo mums on Instagram.
Solo mums?
Yeah, who are doing it by themselves.
Is that a name? Is that a term?
I think one of them on Instagram is called the Solo Mum or something. But someone was talking about these really cool books that you can get printed, and they're about different ways of coming into the world. So hers was about sperm donation and IVF. So we could get one about IVF. And it just talks...
How popular is that as a route then? Like, do women... do we know anyone, and how popular is that, where women decide to have a family and not fussed about the father? As in, like, I want a kid.
It's not that they're not fussed. They just haven't met anyone yet.
Okay.
So,
no, but do you think there are people that are like, regardless, I want to do it this way, rather than...
Maybe. Yeah, it'd be interesting to find out.
Because most of us think of family, that stereotypical, traditional... That's what most people have known and grown into.
Well, I was thinking when you were talking about past episodes, thinking about future ones, it would be great to have a same-sex couple on. If there's anyone out there listening who'd like to talk to us, it'd be great to have someone talking to us about surrogacy as well, which usually has to go hand in hand if you're a same-sex male couple. And it would be great to speak to people about loads of situations, like single parenting, like single male parents, single female parents. And I think for lots of people, not all people, but some women, when they get to a certain age, if you haven't met the person that you want to be with forever, then...
Like you.
Don't be so silly. Then, you know, you can take action and you can take life in your own hands and, you know, do it. Do it yourself.
Sounds quite dangerous the way you're explaining. You can take life into your own hands.
New life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's really exciting. I mean, if I didn't know you and we weren't together, I would definitely consider that, because I know I want to be a mum, and it doesn't matter whether I'm with someone or not. I mean, I'm with you, but if we weren't...
Cool. If we hadn't... just auxiliary in this whole operation.
No, don't be ridiculous. But, like, you know, I've always wanted to be a mum, and if I was my age now and I still hadn't met the right person, like, men are fortunate in that they don't have as much as a biological clock. So if you're 32 and you still haven't met the right person, then how long do you wait before times run out? Like they say, after 35 your egg quality really does start to decrease. So it's worth considering. I know I've spoken to Amanda about it, and she's, you know...
No, she's thinking about it.
I don't know, not thinking about solo parenting. But, you know, thinking about being a mum more. Yeah. And I know that on the Big Fat Negative podcast, they've talked about single parenting, and some of the people who've gone on to do it maybe collected their eggs prior to deciding whether to do it or not. So it's like...
you want to have the options, don't you?
Yeah, keeping your options open. So even if you go ahead to do it or not, it's a bit like you could do the same thing with your sperm. Like you could like store it in a freezer just in case it wasn't...
Professionally, you can do it at home. not tuck behind the fish fingers.
I don't know. You hear
I think you got to be really
people
cool
with turkey basters, don't you? So you never know. But yeah, it would be interesting to get lots of different kind of people onto the podcast to talk more about the other options. And we've mentioned about talking to a midwife as well. And we've also mentioned, I've been thinking about speaking to my friend Sarah, who has done lots of interesting things around natural cycles. Even though I don't think she's trying to conceive at the moment, she's been quite innovative with that.
Not trying to be as fertile as possible.
No, it's all around period poverty, and how even in the UK, lots of people have that where they don't have enough money to like buy themselves sanitary products, or they might not be able to go to school because they don't understand their cycle a lot. So she's developed something which will help women better understand their bodies and their cycle, so that they can prevent accidents happening, like unfortunate leaks and stuff like that, because it can be quite chronic for people. Yeah, which is really cool and would be really interesting, because even though period poverty it's a really important subject, but you know, understanding your cycle using a natural method is useful for trying to conceive, whether you're trying to conceive or whether you're trying not to, whether you're trying to prevent pregnancy as well. So that would be an interesting thing to learn about, and I think some people might like to hear.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe.
So that's pretty much us done, I reckon. We just, checking in, like catching up with everyone, seeing what's up. No news.
Nothing's changed for us really. The Wales Fertility Institute have started seeing patients this week, I think, and they've been speaking to people via video call and have mentioned about merging the two sites at the Heath in Cardiff and Neath. So watch the space really. I think I'm hoping that we'll maybe be able to start treatment during the summer holidays because I'm a teacher and it would be a bit more convenient. Yeah, so I might phone them tomorrow and just see if I can
I'm a teacher, did you know?
Budget up the queue. I mean, of course, there'll be loads of teachers who are going through it and need to have treatment as well, but I just want to be like, oh, hey, don't forget me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, that's us. We'll be back with another episode. We don't know who is next week, but hopefully we'll have someone on.
Yeah, we will. And we've been contacted by a listener as well on Instagram talking to us about things they might like to hear, segments wise. So maybe tips and tricks on the different stages of IVF. And you just mentioned to me maybe we could do something
very
fun.
Poorly. Yeah, we'll have a think about segments and try and spice it up a little bit.
Bring some new things, a few new flavors,
games,
flavors to the podcast. Yeah, so that's interesting.
And for that to work, we need input from you guys. So if you can. Get in touch with us via the normal social media channels, YouTube, Hope and Mum Dad, podcasts are everywhere. If you like it and you've got friends or you know someone that's going through IVF and you think that it could be a cool little place for them to come and hang out and hear about everyone else talking about it, do share it along. It really does help us out. And if you could leave us a little review, we've just started this thing, so we're trying to sort of grow it. And it, in order for us to do that, we need a tiny little bit of help from you guys. So if you could leave us a little review and share it along to people that you think might enjoy it, that'd be awesome. And on YouTube as well, if you're listening, we're on YouTube, so you can hit the subscribe button and hit the bell for notifications, and you can get the fresh content every week. Yeah, and don't forget as well that every Tuesday we hang out on Twitch, where we just mess around and play some games on the PlayStation while we just talk. And there's like a chat there, and we can just talk about where we're up to, where you're up to. The link is twitch.tv/Hope and Mum and Dad, and it's just a bit of fun every Tuesday around 8 o'clock. Cool. So come and say hi. See you later.